Hey, what is going on YouTube? I'm posting this kind of as a video response to Flailed's most recent video on TGN about, Call of Duty rankings and which Call of Duty I guess he said was the best. And it's not because I'm trying to disagree with him, and it's not because I'm trying to cause an argument. It's more that I think he misunderstood a couple things, and maybe I would like to try to point them out to him without trying to come off as a jerk. He compared everything from maps to guns to the ability to connect, hit detection, and just the average playability and the things that were brought into the game. Now, if we were to follow in his suit, we're starting with maps. COD 4 maps were probably some of the best maps you could ever play on, minus Bog. Bog was the most atrocious piece of garbage map that you will ever find ever. Okay, if you're playing Domination in GB, or you're playing Domination in general, or any map where you can get the bad side, or any game mode where you can get the bad side of that map, you were done. I left games when I got set on that side. I didn't even attempt to play them. If they got the points needed to start the spawn trap, I just left the game. I'm like, one, it's not fun to get spawn trapped. Two, my KDR, you know what? I don't care much about it, but I don't want you getting destroyed. And three, oh come on, I'm not gonna feed spawn traps. Yeah, that's kind of dumb. COD 5's maps, I can't talk much about Call of Duty 5 because I don't really play it that much. From what I've played it, and I did play it for a good amount of time, the maps aren't really, I would say, balanced. They're more just like this even line where it's more like some maps like it goes up, some maps it goes down, and it also depends on your skill level. For some people, the maps can get really unbalanced when you're playing against people of a high skill level because they can set up the spawn traps, set up the danger zones. And so, for COD 4, I told you everything but Bog was fine, and the rating I give COD 4 would probably be an 8 out of 10 on the maps. The only reason is Bog really brought COD 4 down, and one other map I didn't like was Crossfire, but that's just my personal opinion, so I give COD 4 an 8 out of 10. Now, I was talking about COD 5 and I got sidetracked again, but COD 5 I basically give it a 7, mainly because these maps were easily abusable. I mean, I can run around COD 4 maps and go extremely positive with very little effort just because I can play the map right. And I have zero knowledge of the map. I don't know where they're spawning. I just stick to the edges. I patrol the edges, and I just play it smart, and I can get an amazing KDR, which to me shouldn't be like that. You have to do more than just play smart. You shouldn't have to know these maps to get a positive KDR, and that's where we see in Modern Warfare 2. You need to know these maps in Modern Warfare 2. I gave not Black Ops. I gave World at War a 7 out of 10 on their maps. Very, very, very low grade, especially since, you could put on the MP40 and win. Now, with Modern Warfare 2, we saw the introduction of many, many new things, and the maps didn't account for that. Now, if we took all the Modern Warfare 2 maps and put them in a COD 4, I guarantee you 3/4 of them would be wonderful. But when we take it to Modern Warfare 2, we realize that these maps are beautifully designed. They look amazing, which isn't much of a factor to me. They play amazing. There's not too much imbalance on everything except Favela, which I actually touched on a couple of videos ago when I was talking about how Modern Warfare 3 will turn out. I touched on it, especially in Search and Destroy when on certain sides. But we honestly see this very, very, very few times in Modern Warfare 2, which I like. The reason being is some of these maps are built to be one-sided, but the game says no. I can put on my Marathon Lightweight UMP, get across the map in 10 seconds, 10-15 seconds, and be in their spawn. That, you can't balance the map to make me not do that. So the maps are balanced, because both sides can do it effectively. I give Modern Warfare 2 an 8.5 out of 10 on their map design, just because the sheer level of detail on their maps and the sheer level of items they had to deal with that they threw into the game that really just threw them off. I mean, think about it. They added so many new things in this game that, the map design was only a bit behind the game itself. And so I always will give Infinity Ward a higher grade than Treyarch because I think Treyarch is just not a good enough company to be producing Call of Duty games. So as I said, I'll give Modern Warfare 2 an 8.5 out of 10 on map design, because there are a couple things that I disagree with. Alright, so we get to the most recent Call of Duty game, Call of Duty Black Ops. Now, Black Ops I personally hate with passion. It's slow, it's too Battlefield-like, and I think it's just a garbage piece of, dog doo-doo. And I've bought and sold Black Ops 3 times now, and the only reasons I've rebought them was due to the fact that I wanted to play some zombies on the new maps, or, my friends have recently, all started playing Black Ops again, and I picked it up for cheap. I literally picked up Black Ops, I think, for $10 once, and then I resold it for more, etc. But, I'll give Black Ops a 7, maybe a 6, and this is me being polite. The map packs were awful. I did not enjoy any of these map packs. I bought every single one because I was hoping that these things would get better, and I bought them for zombies. But these map packs are trash. If there were zombies maps included, I would not have bought any map pack from Black Ops. I would have just completely ignored the map packs. But, maps like Zoo that really just crush people if you don't play it. I would assume if you don't play it as it should be. Now, while I was agreeing with that a little earlier, play it as it should be is camping. Very, very, very hard. Playing very defensively. I don't have a problem with that. They're easy pickings for me. But it ruins the map in general. I think Zoo is actually a pretty nice colored map. It's one of the brighter maps Treyarch has done. But that's another thing with Treyarch. Their color palette is like dark. And Woody's Gamertag talks about this all the time, and I agree with the guy. Treyarch's color palette is like 6 shades darker than Infinity Ward's, and that just makes the game dull and boring. And so, I give map design, the ability to make the maps balanced, probably 7 out of 10. 6.5 on color because I didn't grade any of the other games on color because I love the color of all other Call of Duty games. It only got apparent to me after it was pointed out to me, and I'm like, oh wow, yeah, that sucks. So we move on to the next topic, which is really, the ability for the ability for games to be balanced. And I'm running out of time though, so I do have to say goodbye, and this will be a couple part series. This is my first part, and look forward to the other post. I'll go over weapon balancing in the next part, as I just mentioned before, and please like, comment, subscribe. This is Links Clip 360, and I'll see you guys later.